Hi there folks, my name's NovaWrap and welcome to the NovaWrap, your one-stop location for your simulation release news and goings on from the week that was. So here we are on Sunday the 1st of April 2018 and happy Easter for those who celebrate it, and April Fool's wise, well, it's the afternoon and the evening now, so I guess we're all past all that nonsense. But yes, we are back with another episode and we are going to jump straight into it for some releases for the prepared 3D or some prepared version 4 world. So we're starting with the guys over at Turbulent Designs. They've come out, they're sticking with their guns with their single platform approach with the release of Glacier Park International Airport, so formerly Flathead County Airport. Essentially, this was originally sort of created in the 1940s as sort of a base airport, as sort of a bit of an airport to be used for a ferry, aircraft being ferried and manufactured for the war effort. But then sort of went on to, became an international airport back in the 70s after being handed over for civilian use post-war. So this is a representation of the airport as it appeared at the end of 2017. Now this goes through with about 11 square kilometres of photoreal coverage of the airport, plus an additional 100 square kilometres of photoreal coverage of the nearby mountains and lake areas as well. So it's kind of cool, kind of interesting. Definitely the fact that they've definitely gone for a lot of detail of the airport and the surrounding area again, which is always a great thing to see from developers. It's also included custom terrain mesh as well, for 5 and 10 metre terrain mesh for the surrounding area, as well as multiple custom models of the surrounding points of interest and VFR reference points, which is always an important things for those of us who enjoy low and slow flying. It's also included a lot of new features from SOD and from Prepared V4, including dynamic dry, wet, and snow ground polys, updated bait occlusion and dynamic lighting, as well as updated sort of terrain mesh and terrain use of some interesting lead-in strobe effects for runway 02, as well as seasonal vegetation and seasonal ground textures as well. So a lot of stuff going through here, very interesting scenery, a lot of great detail gone into the scenery. It's looking particularly spectacular, as I said, when it takes advantage of the Prepared V4 wet and like dynamic liquid liquid effects. Is that the right way to say it? Yeah, anyway. The dynamic weather effects and dynamic lighting, so it does look pretty cool. And I tell you what, yeah, as much as it does frustrate me sometimes with this, the fact that they have gone exclusive V4, they are definitely making the most of it and actually making sure that it does look good. So if you wanted to pick this one up, this one is available now, coming in at £20 or around about around about 25 US dollars, available now from Turbine Design's website, available now. Alright, continuing on with the flights with the with the Prepared V4 releases for the weeks. The guys over at Aerosoft have released their Welcome to Colmar Airport, which is for Magadan Sokol, which is one of the largest international airports in Russia, and it serves both for passengers and freight. So it's a very busy airport. It's come through, so it's a hub city in the far east of Russia. So you don't get a lot of places out in the far east of Russia. You really don't. And a lot of stuff out there is very much focused around trade. And a lot of things servicing the oil and gas industry. But this one is an interesting one with the city of Magadan has a population of 93,000 people, a situation in the hills near the Oshtok Sea. And as I said, it's a very interesting place and has a lot of traffic coming through, sort of servicing the Far East. Very much a central hub and connects to various other ground transportation hubs as well. Also is the main international airport for the region. It's also previously been known as the Sokol Airport as well. Now, in terms of this rendition, again, as we come to accept from Aerosoft, are very highly detailed, including custom runways, textures, and updated terrain mesh for the area, full realistic markings for the apron, platform, and runway, and photo reel for the same. Includes full seasonal texture renditions as well for the airport and the surrounding area, and updated for photo reel textures. Interesting what they say, photo reel textures on objects. I'm assuming that's to do with the airport objects as well, but yeah, there you go. But I'm not quite, to be honest, not 100% sure. Includes HD textures, so it does have the full ground texture resolutions and building texture resolutions all the way from 1024 up to HD of 4096. It doesn't seem to take a huge amount of use of the Prepared V4 dynamic lighting effects, even though they sort of are available to them. But it still does look pretty good at night, which again, is it's pretty much why we all get V4, really, let's be honest, at the end of the day. Full update for the land class of the surrounding city as well, which is always good to see. But it doesn't go into too much detail of the city, but it does update the land class for it. Again, so this one's coming in available. As I said, this one is exclusive to Prepared V4 from the guys over at Airsoft, available now from their website, coming in at $18 US, or your original equivalent, available now. Alright, continuing on with the ESP World and the scenery releases, this time from a fairly new developer from the guys over there called Technobrain Company Limited. So a Japanese developer. New on the market, they seem to be very much obviously focusing on Japanese releases. This is an interesting, as I said, this is the first one. These guys came out of nowhere, kind of thing, and looking very interesting. And they've sort of launched this airport. I'll be honest. I'm gonna say straight up that I think it's overpriced. That this is their rendition of Tokyo International. So this is also Haneda Airport, because Tokyo services, I think, have about 5 major airports. But yeah, so this is Tokyo Haneda. Now this is the biggest airport, and it's one of the ones that's got some of the interesting approaches, because it's got their newest runway, which is not featured in the default FSX or prepared database. Is the fact that it is runway 0523, which is the one that's in the middle of which they built out into Tokyo Bay. So it's really, really interesting. It's great that this one's been added in. It looks kind of cool. As I said, it's a really beautiful rendition of this airport as it appears at the end of 2017, with all of the buildings look like they are accurate, including the updated and the expansion of the new Terminal 2, and the sea runway for the larger aircraft, including the A380. So a lot of airfield updates, a lot of AFCAD updates for this one. Full customization, full animated jetways, full customized vehicles, ground vehicles for the actual airport itself, full dynamic lighting for the prepared V4 version as well as updated land class for the major city landmarks as well for the area. So really, really well done, and actually fairly light from user reports, fairly light on frames considering how heavy Tokyo in general is on frames. This one's done really, really well. As I said, very highly detailed, very beautiful. My thing is coming in at $50. Like, that's a region price kind of stuff. Like, I was taken a bit aback by the price of this one. As I said, like, don't get me wrong, a lot of work's gone into this one. It really does. It really has, and it really shows there's a lot of work's going through. But that's a really, really high price for an airport, not going to lie. Now, this is available for the full gambit of the ESP platforms. So we've got FSX, FSX Steam Edition, and prepared version 2 through 4. So we have full compatibility here. But as I said, the price is, I think, a little steep. So as I said, yeah, $50 US for the price one. Now they are doing a launch special for the first 2 weeks, so until mid-April, where you do get available coming in at it brings it down to about $40 US, but still, that's a lot of money for an airport. Now don't get me wrong, as I said, great work on this one, but I really question how long these guys are going to be around and coming in at that price. So anyway. But yes, if you are wanting to pick this one up for your ESP platform, this, as I said, is available now from SimMarket. Said coming in normally $50 US, coming in launch special at $40 US, available now. And the other ESP platform release news. Now this comes over from great friends of my channel, which is the guys over at Boston Virtual ARTCC. So they've come up with a because one of the classic things about when you work with VATSIM is that a lot of the challenges is often getting model matching. There's been various things that have gone on over the years with people having issues with model matching, whatever, and some great tutorials. But a lot of people sometimes have some issues getting things to work. Now the guys over at Boston Virtual ARTC have actually come out with their Boston Virtual AI. Now this is a free model matching setup for VATSIM, and it's a really cool, really great setup for this one. Now you do have an option. It comes out with you do have an option for either an automatic installation, automatic update, or a manual installation, depending on how you want to do this one. It's come up with some really they combine a lot of great work from a lot of great AI modelers and AI AI artists to actually get all the liveries as well. So this, some of the AI model contributors include Alpha India Group, FSX AI Bureau, HDAI, Raven AI, and the United Traffic Team, and the Fruit Stand have all included with this one as well here. Come up with liveries from a whole heap of livery developers as well. So it's really, really cool. Great work. And if it takes a lot of the pain out of working with model matching sets as well. Like, because a lot of us, have been doing doing AI for a while. We'll use things like World of AI, and sometimes the quality is a little bit spotty. But this one's is now fully tested and compatible with FSX and Prepared version 3 and version 4. So pretty much all the common platforms out there are fully integrated. As I said, there's a automatic update from Boston Virtual, which allows you to sort of keep automating everything, keep it all updated. Or you can, if you want to have a bit more control over it, you can do a manual installation as well. So really, really want to say, and the best thing about this is, as I said, this is all done and given to the community for free. So the guys over at Boston Virtual do a lot of great work. I've worked with them for many years with Flight SimCon over in the US, and it's great to see them. They're always about giving to the community, and this is just another brilliant example of how they're doing this one with over 100 AI models and over 2,000 liveries have been included with this one, and a fully updated model matching system to work with VATSIM. So if you are a VATSIM flyer, or even if you're not and you sort of want to have some AI stuff content with your sim, definitely look into this one. Head over to the Boston Virtual AI link, which I'll put in the description down below, to check it out if you so desire. Available now for free. Alrighty, moving out of the ESP world now and moving into the X-Plane world. We saw the guys over at Aerosoft released their Roam XP add-on this week. So this is a updated rendition of Roam Fiumicino Airport, an airport that holds a bit of a soft spot in my heart, having spent a bit of time transiting through there and going in and out of there on a fairly regular basis many years ago. So yeah, this is a fully updated, complete update for this one. Looking very interesting, including a full detailed rendition of the airport as it appeared at the end of 2017. 2048 high-res textures have been included for this one. Full support of animated passenger bridges via SafeDock via the AutoGate plugin. Complete updated taxiway network for the use by ATC and AI aircraft, and full compatibility with the X-Life plugin for the same thing as well. And includes some static aircraft, being included with a static aircraft library from Aerosoft as well. Full updated as well for the area to make sure that it is fully compatible with X-Plane 11's ground service vehicles, as well as an updated land class for the surrounding area as well, so you actually get a full animated ground traffic for the airport and the surrounding area. So it gives a nice update. As I said, it's nice to see that the Aerosoft sort of trying to bring their airports to life a little bit more. Overall, looking pretty good, especially the buildings, and they're looking pretty good. For addition, the photoreal in the surrounding area looks a little bit iffy in some places, but the actual airport itself looks like it's been pretty highly detailed and looks very, very nice. If you're wanting to pick this one up, this one's coming available now from the Aerosoft store, coming in at $26 US, or your regional equivalent, available now from Aerosoft. In the other X-Plane 11 releases this week, we saw another quality freeware release this week. We saw the release of the Ultra HD Mesh. So this is from a community user, Alpilot, so Alpilot X. So he's been around producing high-quality scenery and mesh for the X-Plane world for many, many years. And he's released his Ultra HD Mesh scenery on the back of his HD Mesh Scenery V4. So this is all free. It's free and donation-ware. He doesn't charge for any of his products. And it's all available for free to download, or you can purchase a USB sort of physical copy, because it is stupendously large file. It is huge. It really, really is. It's massive. But it gives you some incredibly detailed mesh. It does. Now, this is his Ultra HD Mesh. Now, this Ultra HD Mesh he is an add-on for his HD Mesh V4. So the Ultra HD stuff only covers a very small areas. So it includes New Zealand, Japan, 3 small parts of Europe, so the Pyrenees, the Alps, and parts of Scandinavia. It includes parts of USA West and Canada West as well, so only 3 small areas of the west coast of North America. Now, the only reason why he's sort of done this one is that one is incredibly incredibly large downloads. Like we're talking like gigabytes as individual files here. It includes 30 meter elevation data instead of the main 90 meter elevation data that most of the rest of his HD scenery uses. But it also includes really high resolution land class data as well for this, which is incredibly interesting as well, because the way X-Plane deals with land class and mesh is very, very different from the way the ESP platforms do it. And the way they did it with X-Plane 11 means that they're a lot more closely tied together. So you get a lot more accurate in terms of not just the actual terrain elevation changes, you're also getting a lot more accurate in the land class data as well for those regions. So really interesting, really, really cool. As I said, he does all this in his free time, in his spare time, just to give back to the community, which is really, really interesting and really, really cool. And so this is available from multiple places, but I'll definitely put you in the link to head over to his website to have a look at. As I said, he takes a lot of work. Now, this is not an add-on, an update to the main HD mesh. So this Ultra HD mesh only covers these sort of small areas. It is expected that you have his HD mesh v4 included installed as well. So find out more in the description on his website, and all the instructions on his website available now for free. Alright, and rounding out the simulation news this week, we move into from the flight from the skies down to ground level and into the train world. So the guys over at Aerosoft. So Aerosoft got a lot of releases this week, don't they? So this week they've released their Freiburg-Basel train route for Train Simulator 2018. So this is a route that includes over 80 kilometers of new railway, as the track appears in the years sort of in 2013, 2014. So this route is a very important and main international train connection between Switzerland and France. Includes the Gotthard base tunnel as well. So this is sort of the state of the route as it appeared in 2014, but with some of the features that came by in later years as well. So it's very interesting, very highly detailed. You get 20 detailed train stations for this one, including the main route, the old route which goes through the Rhine Valley, as well as a freight branch line going in through Freiburg as well. Full updated with the HV signaling system, distant terrain modeling and satellite imaging, as well as some rolling stock for the route, as well as some trains. You get the locomotive class 189 and 111 for commuter and for freight traffic, and you also get the ice one included as well. So really interesting. A lot of details gone into this one. This one actually looks incredibly detailed. Like the train sim stuff can be a bit of a mixed bag, but this one looks absolutely outstanding. It really, really does. It gives you comes complete with 10 career mode scenarios, as well as fully compatible with the Train Simulator's quick drive system as well. If I wanted to pick this one up, it's coming in at $30 US from the Aerosoft store, available now. Alrighty, that does wrap up the NovaWrap for this week. Thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget, as always, to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying these videos and want to see more. And of course, as always, you can catch up with me and all the things I'm up to between videos by finding me on Facebook and on Twitter. Just search NovaWing24. Alright folks, thank you very much for watching. Take care, safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.